Welcome to the Self-Care Club. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Care, your friend, your biggest fan, your confidant. And today, welcome back. If you're here, you know. If you're new here, you don't know. It's been a little while and I appreciate all of you. I've been in a less talking, more doing phase, believe it or not. But we're going to talk because I also love to talk. So I'm also back in the living room figuring that out. And look at me. How are you? Today, I'm going to encourage you to return to selfishness. I know. That might hurt your heart a little bit. Don't turn off the video. Selfishness is not what it's been propagated to be, in my opinion. So we can call it something else, if that helps. Words are just words. They don't teach. And quite frankly, she's back. Quite frankly, they honestly do us a disservice half the time because we're conditioned to think of something else. Everybody has their own perception of a certain word, right? So if selfishness gives you the ick, or you're like, no, I'm so selfless, like that's gonna take me to hell, like that's not what the Bible teaches and that's what this teaches. Like I get it. I am, to my core, not a selfish person, but when I'm saying and encouraging us to be selfish, it's to uncondition the part of us that was taught to do everything to please everything else, right? From a very young age, we are taught to be a certain way, and whatever our parents care about or don't care about kind of is instilled in us, and that's a-okay. If you have great parents, they will remind you to listen to that voice, right? But even some of the greatest parents that do remind us of it, like the world is big, and if you're a feeler, you're an empath, you're gonna feel everything from any other person, and you're gonna get ideas that are not your own, and you're going to... All right, let's backtrack. If you're a chronic people pleaser, or you're always thinking about what other people are thinking of you, or you always are wanting to please your parents or your boyfriend, or this is not a bad quality. Like, wanting everybody around you to be happy is great, but we are going to focus on the self. It's a self-care club, right? So you might already think I'm a selfish bitch, and yay, because when I took this self-care into my own hands and realized that I was tiptoeing around life, right? Tiptoeing around, like, for example, I went to college. Probably shouldn't have done that. That's not true because I wouldn't be here, right? That was part of my journey. So we're not talking about probably shouldn't and should haves. But if I was true to myself at that point in time, which I had no idea how to do, just didn't know, nobody's fault. It wasn't a trait they teach in school, right? You get some of those teachers that really enforce it. But again, when the vast majority isn't doing something and you're young and you're scared and you're confused and you're trying to find your place in this world, you're sensitive, right? It can get really off balance. So if you have sensitive kids, take the time to really talk to them and maybe explain that words have no meaning and people say a lot of different shit. And even though, yes, there are some rules and we want to be kind to everybody, right? We want to be generous. We want to respect our elders. We want to respect everybody. As long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself, you can literally do no wrong. That's my God. That's my universe. That's my mantra. And it's going to take a little bit to really embody that. So like I said, I've been trying to do less talking recently and more being. There's a part where you need to talk to yourself, tell yourself, this is who I want to be. I want to be selfish. I'm tuning back into me. This is me. So you is bigger than this. But learning to trust that voice, trust that intuition, and it'll get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And then sometimes it'll be quiet. Sometimes it's a barely there whisper, depending on what you're going through, right? But you've got to be selfish. You got to take the bull by the horns. If you're sad, it's okay. Be sad. But notice how quick you are to blame it on somebody else. Even when I'm sitting here and I'm like, I try to be almost too careful with my words, which is also a whole nother story. That's fine. We're human. It's fine, right? Like, but I don't love the therapizing of everything. If you have a therapist that doesn't give you solutions and tell you to refocus on you and what you can do, and they're just sitting there saying, well, this is because your mom, this is because your dad, this is, okay, that might be 100% true and valid. But justification, justice, even that word for me personally, like, doesn't do it. Justice, there's resistance in that. So if I'm fighting for justice my whole life, justice for these people, justice for this group of people, justice for whatever, justice, in my opinion, and again, in the way I perceive that word, doesn't do it for me, because there's so much resistance. Peace, I'm looking for peace, if that word is good for you. There might be justice in why you are the way you are. There totally is. Bottom line, there totally is. There's a reason you are the way you are. But we're not accepting that. We're being selfish. We're realizing that everybody's out here doing the best we can. That's a big one for me, because I think we could all do so much better, myself included. So I'm really hard on us. But the truth is, we're just busy. We're going about our daily lives. We're doing all the things. We're doing all the things when we're designed to just like sit on a rock, hunt and gather, and socialize. We're doing so much more than that. So you're doing great. Are you being selfish enough though? So for instance, like, I just gave up lots of things in my life, right? And this might sound so silly. Maybe this is easy for you. Come chat with me. I would love your experience, your advice. I gave up teaching a specific class because I am committed. I am super loyal. I do love my people. I love my community, right? And me leaving that one exercise class, I knew it was going to hurt some people. I knew it was going to change their daily routine. I knew it. And so I sat on it for a long time, made the decision, and then decided that I just wasn't going to, like, I could listen without feeling these people's abandonment or their triggers by me not teaching this one very specific class. So that's a very mild example. Really not the end of the world when you change things. But it feels like it, right? Oh, I can't change this because X, Y, and Z. I got benefits. I got this. I got that. Well, okay, I do understand. The thing about me is I understand everything. I know everything. No, I don't know everything. I don't fucking know anything. But I understand the emotions behind everything. I can say that so confidently. So I feel you, but I don't feel you because I'm not doing anything differently out here except making my own choices. Like, ooh, you're so lucky. You don't work on Mondays. What? I made that fucking choice. Was it always easy? No. But was it seriously kind of easy and I made a big deal out of all of this? Yes. Because I was worried about what so-and-so would think. I was worried about my boss. I was worried about everybody else except what I knew was right and what I knew to be true and what I knew. So did I ever say about college? Yeah, college. Went to college. I toured one fucking college. There's a sign right there if you have children and they tour one fucking college. Unless, like, it's, like, the one, you know what I mean? And they're like, nah, it's fine. I'm going to go because my friends do and blah, blah, blah. No. No. No, no, no. Not for them. Unless you want them to go and learn a bunch of lessons and fucking turn into a liar and get an eating disorder and... No, that was all stuff that brought me here, for real, for real. But had I known how to tune in and tap in and that my parents were going to love me, and this is not my parents' fault. They would have loved me had I said everything. But these sensitive people, they feel like these pressures, they feel the intentions, even if you don't even, they feel your intentions when you are unaware of your intentions. Let's be real. I got people that don't like that, who aren't going to believe me, but if you know, you know. And I'm just stepping into that power. So I get it. I get all the things. I understand all your qualms. I understand your emotions. But the point being is, this is your life. This is your time. And we keep going after this idea of, okay, like, oh, like we're editing our text messages. I still edit my text messages, friends. Like, still. One, I do like grammar, believe it or not. And I had a friend who, like, shamed me for that. No shame. So I'm finding a new balance where, like, I forget what that motherfucker said and I can use grammar, but also when I don't want to, I don't take it too seriously, right? But I also just say what I feel. Say what I feel, right? So another instance, I committed to a trial period with another friend, hey Annette, out there to do work for her beautiful company. She runs a dessert company. Love it. If you need dessert for any of your events, ice cream cannolis, it's cute as heck. Holler at me for that information. And I love events. I love weddings. I love making people happy. I love serving people no matter what it is. Like, I am here for you. That's my new slogan. Slogo? That's my new slogo. I love that. I'm here for you. And so I was like, yeah, I got you, girl. Like, you know, she's the best boss in the world. She knows I've got a million zillion things going on. I'm an entrepreneur, right? She knows these things. She knows I'm going to say yes when I want to, no when I don't want to. I'm thinking it's going to be great because I bartended a couple of weddings recently and it was so fun. Like, so fun. Just, again, the atmosphere, the vibe, the love, the people. And so I was like, yeah, cool. Did it once. Didn't love it. Did it the second time. Was dreading going there. That sounds so dramatic, but like literally my body was like, no. And I had done 100 other things that week. Like pet sat for her, actually, specifically. Sat with her dog, like in silence for 5 fucking hours. Favorite thing to do. Taught multiple different fitness classes. Had recorded a bunch of fitness videos for self-care conditioning, my new YouTube channel. Shameless plug, go check it out. I had gone to, serve as a hairstylist. I have connected with so many people all week, and I was just driving to this event, and I was just like, and even before that, like the whole day, it was just on the calendar, and I kept saying, ew, and I was like, no, Carrie, like you're just on your period, like it's fine, it's just new, and sometimes it is just new, and it's uncomfortable, but this was not just new and uncomfortable. I did not create all this freedom to be spending an hour or two driving out to these beautiful events to work. Not hard at all, quite frankly. She has set up her business in case anybody wants a job for success. And she's a beautiful, again, person. And just lets you do your thing, which, again, all reasons I thought I was going to love this, right? I was like, yeah, this is ideal. It doesn't matter why I didn't like it. I'm trying to give you the insights of my brain, but I was just feeling it all week. And then, so the people pleaser in me was like, that's your friend. You told her X, Y, and Z, and truth is, I never committed to her very full yearly calendar, which was a big reason for me personally that I think it didn't resonate. I've created all this freedom in my life, and as I ramp up my own businesses, I don't like looking at the calendar and thinking, oh wow, every Saturday I'm gonna be somewhere else and nighttime and just anyway. So it's the commitment for me, which is so funny because I'm a very committed person when it comes to my people. And so I was sending her all these weird text messages. I wasn't. I drafted a text message, which is perfectly acceptable and really good for us empaths, right? We can get all our feelings out without feeling pressure, without feeling anybody else's energy. And I kept like going to send it and like being weird about sending it. And then I woke up the next morning. I just was like, I'm going to sleep on it. I woke up the next morning. I was like, girl, get your shit together. Like, yes, you want to please her, but who are you here to please? Who are you here to please on this motherfucking planet? You. And the sooner you just like let her know. For 3, she's your friend, so she already understands. And even if she doesn't understand, she's gonna accept it, right? And for 4, like, you didn't commit anything to her. And for 5, there was just so many reasons that I was like, okay, let's pick up the phone and have this difficult conversation, which is not something I do all the time because if you don't know, I work by my fucking self. So I don't have to have these conversations all the time. And that's not why I work by myself, but maybe there's something lying be that. Like, if you want to work with me, let me know. I do work with people, but generally speaking, I don't have interactions all the time. So anyways, this difficult interaction, I was very proud of myself. It does take courage to be brave. It does take courage to say how you feel. So if you're wanting to have a conversation in a workspace with a boss, with a coworker, go ahead and have it. Because who wants to work at a place where they can't even say what they feel? Note to self, I should probably have another conversation at one of my other jobs. Okay, but we're doing that because you know how good it felt. Like, again, it's not that deep, but it is that deep. It felt so good that day when I just called her and we had a quick conversation. I said, look, I love you so much. I'm not sure I can go. I didn't over-explain myself. I explained a little bit because she's my friend and I'm okay with that. So you have to find that balance because remember, we're saying no thank you. I've been practicing my no thank you and that's it. I want everybody to feel me and understand me and like, no thank you. They don't understand you anyways, let's be honest. That's the conclusion I'm coming to. You understand you and that is a beautiful thing. And certain people will understand you and will feel you on a deeper level, but we don't have to force that, right? I don't have to force that because, again, that's another people pleaser tendency. It's kind of toxic, as Queen Herpy would say. It's just like you're not serving yourself by exhausting your voice, by trying to get somebody else who's not living the same thing as you, who hasn't had half of the experiences you've had. Like, yeah, we're being selfish. So whatever the thing is you want to do, it can be as little as taking an extra day of the week off. It can be as grand as moving across the country, across the globe. How about that? Start taking simple steps to soothe yourself into that idea. It's okay. It's okay. Who would benefit from this? Me. What's bad about that? What is bad about that? Honestly, I feel like that is our journey. That is our path. When you light up, the more you light up, that's God, right? That's all. That's the universe working through you. Look at this, by the way. Shout out to Brooke. Killer artwork. The most I've ever spent on artwork. It's beautiful. That's one of my new goals, is to just spend money on shit because I want it. Why are we tiptoeing around life here? Oh, it's too expensive. It's too... What? Just stop talking to me. That's another conversation. Be selfish. Obviously, don't go broke. Like, again, there's subtle nuances here, but start to give yourself some credit. Nobody knows you like you do, and nobody is going to stick up for you like you do, and nobody's going to make decisions for you like you do. So yes, there's other people in your family, in your life, that are gonna have an impact. I get that. I know I'm a single gal and nobody wants to hear, shit from me that's married or with kids and stuff like that. But I am so thankful, so grateful, so appreciative that I have this time to practice what I'm preaching, so that when you see me out here with a husband and a kid, like, I'm not going to be any different. I can promise you that. And I'm not saying there's a wrong way. You're doing fucking great. So remember that. I'm just spitting experience at you. And if it resonates, it resonates. And it won't all resonate, right? We are humans. I'm so glad you feel differently than I do about something. Don't let my words infect your brain. If there was something that triggered you negatively, be a goldfish. Be a goldfish. They have the shortest memories. According to Ted Lasso. I'm in love with Ted Lasso. So Ted Lasso, if you want to marry me, let me know. Be a goldfish. It's also been on my mind lately. or not on my mind because, short memory. Anyways, so you're going to be selfish. And the more selfish you are, the more selfless you become. Do you believe me? You don't have to. I do, boo. It's been so great chatting with you. I'm here even when I'm not here. Remember, it all begins within. So give yourself a big old hug. Do it. Do it unless you're driving. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shit's